What drink can I... Dang it. What drink can quench my thirst? And what food can stifle my hunger? For I crave that which is immaterial, and so no material shall fill it. So, what I'm saying there is basically there is nothing in this world. There's nothing in this world that will fulfill a certain part of yourself. You can have everything and still feel empty because this world is not all that there is. You can have all the physical things that you could ever dream of having, but you will not have everything. And, there's certain things like, people's sense of meaning. That is not a physical thing. You do not find a sense of meaning through physical stuff. I mean, some people certainly can. They can say that they do. But it is ultimately not going to work. And if it does, interesting. I will say interesting. I think you're lying to yourself. And I think a part of you knows that. However, there's other things that are immaterial too. Like, I would say love is immaterial. You can buy a whole lot of stuff, but it will not get you love. And, there's just a lot of things in this world that are beyond this world. And it doesn't matter what you have, it does not give you these things outright. You cannot purchase these things. These things do not exist in the physical world, and therefore they cannot be physically remedied. And the quest for knowledge, the idea of understanding, right? These are not physical things. And so physical things will not provide them to you. You could have 1,000,000 books, but just because you have them doesn't mean that you understand, right? Just doesn't mean that you know. Just because you have the books that contain knowledge doesn't mean you have the knowledge. Doesn't mean you know anything, right? You have to read them. And when you read them, the words are not what is providing you that wisdom, right? Because you can read all the words, and if you're not paying attention to what you read, you don't know what you read. You didn't learn anything, right? You can watch a show, or you can scroll through, Reels or TikTok or whatever, and not even know what you watched. Right? So if it is what you are physically seeing that is providing that understanding, right? That knowledge, that, comprehension, then you wouldn't need to be conscious. You wouldn't need to be observing. You wouldn't need to be aware of what it is that you're taking in to be aware of it, right? You would just, everything that you watched, you would know. Everything that you read, you would understand. But that's just not how this world works, because this world is not only physical. There's things beyond it. And the fact that there are things beyond it leads us to reason that there are things beyond what we don't even realize, right? We don't even realize that there's more than there is. We think, this world is just me, and I'm here, and I'm a body, and I'm doing things, and then I die, and that's the end. And I really don't, I'm not buying that. I feel like life is too absurd to be that, to be just that. And maybe I'm wrong. And maybe it is really just that simple. But I find it hard to believe. I find it hard to believe that could be all that there is, because something exists And if something exists, it exists in something. And if something exists in something, that exists in something. And that exists in something. And that exists in something. So for me to be here right now, right? For me to be aware of where I am, right? I'm within this room. I'm within this body. I'm within this mind, right? But is my mind in the room? Right? My body's in the room, sure. But are my thoughts in the room? Can you grab them out of the air? No. No. My mind is not in this room. If my mind is not in this room, where is it? If my mind is not in this room, where is it? It's in my head? Okay, well, my head's right here. My head's in the room. So maybe it's not in the room then. Where is my head at? Right? Where is my mind? Right? Where are my thoughts? Where do they come from and where do they go? Where is all that memory stored? Truly. It's all just synapses in my brain? I'm really not so sure about that. Why is it that we are conscious? What does it mean to be aware? What does it mean to be unaware? If you're unaware, are you unalive? There are a lot of people that are unaware of parts of themselves. Does that mean that they're dead? I don't know. Right? If you don't know who you are, then are you you? If you don't know who you are, then what are you? I would say a majority of people don't know who they are. If they're unaware of such a simple thing, then what are they? Right? If this world is all that there is, how do you not even know who you are? How do you not even know what you want? What you need? What you're thinking? What you will think? What you have thought? How do you not know these things? It's because not everything is here. Not everything is in the world. And maybe that's, maybe that's neither here nor there, but, maybe you could say that I'm just being crazy and that doesn't logically track. But I would say I disagree. And I'd like you to prove where all my thoughts are located. I want you to show me that you can predict everything that I will think and say before I do it. Show me that I am 100% predictable. You can't? No, I know you can't. That's because I am more than just my body. I am more than just my brain. And if I am more than what is physical, then who's to say that there is not more out there than that? And so anyway, I'm seeking that. That's what I'm after. And so, when you're seeking something that is beyond what is in this world, how is seeking things within this world going to help? Is a fancy new car going to have any more meaning to me? No. It might be cool to look at, sure. Did I need it? Did I want it? Not really. It will not satisfy my desires. Because my desires are not for this world. It's for beyond. It's for comprehension on another level. Am I trying to run away? I would say that a lot of people are. And if you haven't, you should, because you got to see what's out there before you realize where you are and where you want to be. But at the same time, no. No. Just because I want a better view doesn't mean I want to leave where I am, right? I just want to be able to see more of it. To get the whole picture, right? If it's this beautiful now, right, at the ground level, imagine how great of a view it'll be 3 stories up. And you don't need to leave to do that. Anyway, that kind of went somewhere. Peace out.